Angelina and Sophie here. Welcome to the second edition of Access Upper Valley, April 2014.
Join us as we learn about new educational opportunities in Lebanon and visit Vital Community's annual event, Flavors of the Valley.
We'll also learn about the challenges that town meetings are facing today and see what else has been going on around the Upper Valley. We're at Hartford High School this morning for Vital Community's 13th annual Flavors of the Valley. Flavors of the Valley is a celebration of local farms and farm-related businesses. So let's go in and check it out.
So this is Flavors of the Valley. It's a celebration of local food. We have a variety of farms and restaurants here. You can sign up for a CSA for the coming season if you want. You can sample some good local treats that restaurants are making. And there are a number of nonprofits here too sharing their good work with the community.
We run programs that go into elementary schools and middle schools and high schools. And we're not necessarily trying to turn kids from, know-nothings into farmers, but we're trying to help educate them where their food, fiber, and fuel comes from and why they should care.
It's the Ottauquechee Natural Resources Conservation District, and we have what is called an EM2, fancy name for a stream table. And we're recreating a river channel.
We have, I believe, 51 vendors, which is less than last year, but we have more food vendors than last year. So, more food.
Well, today we are sampling some goat meat and 9 varieties of pepper jams.
We source as much as we possibly can locally. Our eggs come from 3 miles down the road at the Coles family farm. We get our bacon, sausage, ham from Garfield Smokehouse in Plainfield.
No, this one's made with our heady topper, so it's a very Vermont jelly. It's fantastic, something I might put on chicken.
We have grass-fed beef, pork, chicken, eggs.
And we specialize in dried tisanes, which are herbal teas, culinary herbs, medicinal herbs, and we also make some herbal remedies.
This is just a fabulous community event. The variety of things that are grown and produced in this valley is really remarkable. And the CSAs, I'm not sure people would know where to find them, and to have examples of what they produce here is a wonderful event.
CSA shares are really a great opportunity for the consumer. A lot of people are shy about getting locked into a full season of vegetables, but if you're committed to eating them, it can be a great value.
We have a culinary share, a tea share, and an apothecary share.
We've come before. We've always enjoyed it. It's a great way to see the what's available in the Upper Valley and see and also get some wonderful tasting.
We're a Vermont Farmstead Cheese Company located in South Woodstock, Vermont. We're a dairy farm and creamery. We have our own herd of cows, milk, a variety of different breeds of cows, make all the cheese there.
We use all local farm produce, and our favorite thing that everybody loves the most is we make fresh key lime pie.
Kite candy is the best caramel that you will ever taste, and we love making it for you.
Wouldn't miss it, my 3rd year.
Beer and cheese, you can't go wrong.
Exactly.
Today I'm here with Dr. Ron Byron at Lebanon College. We're going to talk a little bit about what is new at Lebanon College and what's going on. So thanks for talking to me today.
Thanks for coming in. I appreciate that.
So how long have you been here now?
Almost 2 years. It feels like 20 years with all the things that's happening and the changes and initiatives, but it'll be 2 years in September that I took the position.
What has changed since you've started?
Wow. Quite a bit. We've gone from trimesters as far as in the classroom semesters, and we've changed and added 8-week terms. So we have 6 8-week terms within a year for a number of our programs. Our allied health programs still are under the trimester 15-week just because of clinicals and the work that they do outside of the campus area. That's one aspect that's changed. We have a lot of new instructors on the campus. We have a new dean of academics. We have a student center. We're looking at building out the old Schutorium building into the new School of Allied Health. So a lot of things are on the move and moving upward, as we say here at the college.
Wow, so when are those changes taking place?
We're hoping that the fall semester for September we'll have the actual School of Allied Health underway with our radiography program that's been very, very successful as of late. A diagnostic medical sonography program, medical assistant program that we're introducing. We're also introducing, we have a medical coding program that's been very successful, the LNA through the American Red Cross. And we have a couple of other areas that we're introducing that are still in development, but will be very exciting for the community.
So lots of medical programs, it sounds
Lots of medical. We have a great collaboration with all the hospitals in New Hampshire and Vermont, and that really is where, as a baby boomer and a lot of individuals are getting older, the need is there in the medical fields for a lot of different areas. And we can cater to individuals who are coming out of high school or those in transition careers who maybe middle age or even older that want to do something different.
So what types of degrees are people coming in to get? Associate's degrees?
Yeah, we're a 2-year school, so we have an associate's degree in radiography. We'll have the specialized certificate in sonography. We have an associate of science in business management, which we're introducing or reintroducing a 1-year degree. It's actually the associate degree that typically takes 2 years, but we're accelerating that so individuals can get that done in 1 year and save thousands of tuition dollars too.
So they can go on to get their bachelor's in some sort of business field with those credits.
Right, absolutely. And we have great articulation agreements with a number of private institutions in New Hampshire and Vermont so they can transfer those credits out. We also have a great early childhood education associate degree in criminal justice as well. So we're well-rounded. We'll have a foundation of allied health programs and certificates, but we also offer business, childhood education, and criminal justice as well.
That's important because a lot of people decide to change schools and then they find that they have to basically start all over and that time was wasted.
Yeah, and it's really important for us to let the community know that we're here for them. It's surprisingly that there are a lot of high school seniors that are coming out and they're still not certain as to where they're going, if they're going anywhere.
There are adults that still aren't sure where they want to.
Yeah, and that's true too. So we're here as a great community resource for Vermont and New Hampshire, and for a lot of our Vermont, listeners and viewers, we don't increase our tuition for out-of-state residents like many other institutions do. We charge the same tuition for New Hampshire residents and Vermont residents, and we have quite a few individuals from Vermont that come to our college, which is grand.
What does your student base look like? Are you getting people mostly that are very local, or are they traveling at all?
A little bit of both. A lot of the area we have, most of our demographic is within a 35 to 40 mile radius, but because of our radiography program is very successful and other programs, we've had students come from 2 hours away in Vermont and New Hampshire to be here. And we're a commuter institution. We don't have residence halls here, so people are traveling in to Lebanon.
It's enriching the Upper Valley economy. That's fantastic.
That's great.
So tell me about your most exciting what are you most excited about for the upcoming semester?
I am, and we are all very, very excited about our Allied Health School. We think we've had great discussions with all the hospital CEOs and COOs in the area, and they're very, very excited about the programs that we're introducing into the area. And even, it's all a matter of workforce planning and development and helping people get some great career tracks for themselves, get them in a position where they can earn a decent living. And we're local. What's better than a community college right in your community?
Well, what's great also, if you're not coming to get an associate's degree, is you can come and take a class in accounting, or you can come and take a class in guitar or poetry. So it's a really great community resource.
Yep, it's very true.
Close by.
And we have our first international trip that's happening in the month of May. We have individuals and faculty going to Ireland for 10 days.
Wow.
So that's the first time that Lebanon College has done something like that, and we're very, very happy. With my background in international travel and business, it's really welcome for us too. But you're right, a lot of individuals can take professional development courses here in the evening or during the day, accounting or finance or anything, to that nature, and yeah, boost their career as well.
That's exciting.
It's great. It's a fun time to be at Lebanon College.
Okay, so funding at Lebanon College, how are your capital campaigns going?
It's exciting. We've had some great donors in the community that give towards our capital campaign, especially for the refurbishing of our School of Allied Health, which is the old Shutorium building. So we're very, very close to reaching our goal, and as they say, we are that close to reaching it. So we're still accepting donations, and any donors that want to give to Lebanon College. If you've been in the community for many years and are fond of us, we do appreciate that, and that'll go towards refurbishing, the annex and the old Shutorium and making our School of Allied Health even more successful in the future.
So if people wanted to donate, or if they just wanted to get more information on classes, how would they reach you?
Absolutely. They could go to our website, LebanonCollege.edu. We also have a donation page there, or they can call our campus at 603-448-2445, and we're always around, so we can either stop in or call us anytime.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks.
I'm Brenda Hatch.
I'm Bob, also known as Bubba Williams.
I'm Hunter. I'm Suzanne's daughter.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kathy Mull, and I'm director of Unedited Voices here in the Lebanon Opera House.
I am participating tonight, not just as a reader, but as a victim, and I have a message to give.
Here I was, a 13-year-old kid being sexually molested by an authority-type figure, and I was keeping it all bottled up inside. And keeping it bottled up I did. Not until I married for a second time when I was 32 years old did I share the burden I have been carrying for all those years. Since then, I have told my story to only 7 other people. And now, after today, it's totally out in the open. So my message is, if you can't share a situation like this with your parents, seek out an adult you trust and share it with them. My point is, what happened to me was wrong.
I'm part of the WAVE group that came up with the idea for this evening of Unedited Voices. And it came actually from something my daughter told me about at her school, where they had an evening, a whole day where they didn't speak, and it was to represent people that had no voice in terms of being gay, lesbian, and transgendered. And we were talking about it at the table, what a powerful thing that was to do, and so we decided, well, so much of the same dynamic exists in domestic and sexual violence, where people have no voice. They're silenced in a way. And so, but rather than have no voice, we wanted to turn it inside out and give them a voice.
I am more than I ever dreamed that I could be, for the secrets hidden in that box deep inside me have been set free. I am so much more.
It's a community of people presenting this evening that in a theatrical way that needs to be spoken. It needs to be brought out into the open. We have the choral group is bringing voice to pieces that wouldn't normally have a voice. The dance company is bringing movement where some of these stories that people felt, they felt somebody else was in charge of their bodies, or they were frozen with fear. So it's representative of all of the things that need to break loose of the restriction, of the isolation of these crimes.
It is so important to get the word out there and to make people aware
of the abuse that goes on and how it can hurt and destroy lives. It just about destroyed my life.
I am so proud to be part of it and to look back on my experiences and everyone else's and have people really learn from that.
It's a celebration of these survivors. It's every story needs to be told, but then there's an afterlife, and the afterlife of that is that the story becomes a community story.
It'll flow from love, it'll flow from me, river of emotion, set my spirit free.
And I told the writers that it's no longer their story. It's no longer just their story. It becomes a community interweaving collective. It's a collective now. These kinds of pieces are so important in a community to let the lid off of the silence. And that's what I'm doing here.
Song for everyone.
My name is Julia Griffin. I'm the town manager for Hanover, New Hampshire, and I've been here for almost 18 years. I look at today's town meeting attendance, and it's a stalwart group of folks that have been going to town meeting ever since I arrived as town manager 18 years ago. What's going to happen when those folks can no longer attend town meeting? Is the next generation waiting in the wings to step into their roles? I'm not seeing that next generation attending town meeting now. How do you grab those folks? So the Hanover town meeting was originally a March town meeting. Then many years before I got here, I think in an effort to try and increase attendance, because a number of citizens would head south in March or just found March challenging in terms of town meeting attendance, we shifted to a May town meeting. And in New Hampshire, you have alternate official town meeting dates in April and May, and a handful of communities that have done this. We're only one of a handful that have a May town meeting. So the town meeting in Hanover is always the second Tuesday in May. It begins at 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. with voting on the ballot items.
Okay, did you get an accurate count, Mr. Tenney?
Certain elected officials, boards of selectmen, and other individuals are elected during the day, and in addition, zoning ordinance amendments are voted on during the day. Our business meeting begins at 7 p.m. in the evening, and that's when the vast bulk of items are voted on by voters, registered voters in Hanover. If it's a quiet town meeting, 150 to 200. I think that the last hugely attended town meeting we had was when we were approving the three-party agreement that involved the town, the college, and the school district jointly funding the construction of the new middle school and the enhancements to the high school, and that we had about 800 people there. So not even 10% of our population showed up for a really big issue town meeting. Now 150, 200, 250 people for your average town meeting. It's pretty small attendance.
Is that a concern of you that maybe 150 out of 8,000 potential voters can vote? You passed a budget, so what's your budget number this year if it passed?
So $23 million total budget, $23 million and change. 150 people control the adoption of that budget. I do have a concern that in today's culture, where people are busy, they're pulled in lots of different directions, their focus is more regional or national or global and less local, it's harder for us to engage them. This generation is a little bit unplugged from local government, and so we do all we can all the time, and through March Intensive and through classes at the high school and the middle school, and get the elementary kids in here, sort of acquaint them with the workings of local government. But it's worrisome, a worrisome trend. And you certainly see things get revved up for the presidential races. Then we really do. I mean, that's when we have 8,000 voters turning out for a presidential primary. But boy, those folks fall by the wayside when it comes to local and even statewide issues, unless they're really excited by a candidate at the state level, Senate race or a congressional race, for example. You just don't tend to see people turning out. I think being able to participate online would be an excellent innovation for this community. We can't do it yet by state law in New Hampshire. I think if they could sit home and watch a meeting and participate online, you would see attendance go up, because so many of them are just finding it difficult to get themselves out of the house or away from everything else that they're doing to spend 2 or 3 hours in the Hanover High School gym on a second Tuesday night in May.
Tonight we are going to the annual 4th grade powwow. The 4th graders studied Native American culture. What's going in? And everything tries to leave ground. My name is Olivia Trouble. My name is Joseph. What materials did you use to make your house? Grass, canvas, wood, clay, and hot glue. Did you come to any challenges when you were building your house? Yes. What were they? Getting the bendy wood. Yeah. How did you overcome those challenges? I asked the teacher. In my group were all boys named Matt, Ian, Curtis, Gavin, and I think that's it. My teacher is Brendan Scribner. My tribe's houses were like above the ground in the Everglades, and they had like wooden floors and then like poles coming up. I really enjoyed this project. I enjoyed this unit. I enjoyed this unit a lot.
My name is Linda Lofty. One of the things that we try to do is to show the diversity that actually existed among the many Native American tribes. And so I think that this unit really brings that to light, and that their culture was really what their environment was. And so I think that it comes through in teaching this unit. We coordinated in the way of doing different regions, so the Northwest, Southwest, Northeast, Southeast, and the Plains, and then we just take it from there. For a couple of years I did just Alaska, but Alaska is so vast that even the culture groups within Alaska were very different depending on where they were from. So that's what's made it pretty cool. I've taught this unit for a number of years, and over time, the way we've developed it is that each class takes a different region. So over the last 7 years, I've done the Northwest, and I've had an opportunity to actually visit the Alaskan Panhandle.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so glad that you were able to enjoy our festival with us.
Wow, the 4th graders really do know a lot about the Native Americans. Until next time. Native American tribes. We are Native American tribes. We are Native American tribes. Clink it. We are Native American tribes. Nez We are Native American tribes. Homo. We are Native American tribes.
Stephen Krasner has been a sports journalist for 33 years. For 22 of them, he was reporting Red Sox games, but it's not a Red Sox game he remembers the most.
The most memorable experience I had as a sports writer, though, had to do with covering the 1989 World Series in San Francisco, which was interrupted by a 7.0 earthquake. So I was in Candlestick Park as the earthquake hit San Francisco. And visiting the next day, obviously no baseball, visiting the next day, there was a collapsed freeway in Oakland, a double-decker freeway in which the top deck landed on the lower deck, trapping people and cars falling off.
Baseball has always been his passion, but when he began covering Red Sox games, he took it to the next level.
Every year I covered the Red Sox, I kept what I called the book. It was I would cut out all the box scores of every game they played in a particular season, and as the season went on, I would keep track of the home runs the Red Sox hit, who hit the home run, how many runners on base, what made the score, who we hit it against. Same with the opposing hitters against the Red Sox pitching staff, daily results, a little paragraph about each game, and the players' individual stats on a daily basis, pitchers and position players.
This is Audrey Lee reporting from Mount Wachusett Community College. Catch you later!
For the last 15 years, I've been doing abstractions.
John Pacheco is an art teacher at Mount Wachusett Community College. Inspiration is important to him, and he gets it from many different sources, including his students.
One student had done a night picture of stars, and it was kind of abstract. And just that image of a circle or an oval with another lighter color in the inside of it, I thought, gee, that's a great idea. So I used that to get into abstraction, and that color combination will inspire me to begin the painting. Doesn't mean the painting ends up looking like that, but you need an inspiration to begin with. We had a student last year, Jason Kotosh, who was a sculptor, and he was able to put together a whole group of work that we eventually showed in the gallery, and it's three-dimensional sculptural work, somewhat abstract but very politically oriented. Those were very interesting.
Often students are influenced by their teachers, but this story shows that teachers can also be influenced by their students. From Mount Wachusett Community College, I'm Claire Swanson.